Shut it down. It's over. Week 14, boys. Playoffs are here. Welcome back to Wilson time. What's up, Dirty? Mayor.
Nice to be back. Missed you guys last week.
It's just 2 weeks in a row. We're getting close to a streak.
Yeah, we're just streaky. That's it. But yeah, nice little show here for today. We are talking playoffs, the playoff push, the tightest race I think we've ever seen going into the playoffs. And we talked.
Let's say this though too, like the tightest, most dog shit looking race. Like if we're gonna look back at the season and be like, man, like a bunch of 8-6 teams or something like that going for it. Nah, dog. It's gonna be a lot of 7-7 or 6-8 guys. So it's gonna be a dog fight. It's in the
6-8. Rise up.
Yeah, it is. You were trying to break history.
Yeah, seriously. I don't know. I'm trying to be a hero to the league to prove to everyone that you can start 0-4 and still make the playoffs. I don't know if it's happened, but that's the dream of the jug suckers.
I think I never was 0-4, but I started 1-5 and I made the playoffs that year.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't.
That's how I got Higgins, the system.
My season's usually just like this, so it's never like if I'm starting off 0-3, I'm usually just going to the sewers.
Hey, Don, how you feeling right now? We're on playoffs about to come out and just nice old losing streak, huh? Perfect time to start.
Yeah, dude, just a big old goose right here, bud. No, I just don't even know, man. It doesn't make sense to me. I've had some hard matchups like JT. Dude, I feel like I played the Texans D every goddamn week, just shitting on my players. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of like right after Nut was talking about my team on the Podly. He's like a rusty Oldsmobile there, that new paint job, but it starts coming off and it's just a rust bucket underneath. And I'm like, I don't necessarily feel that. But yeah. I need Drake London. I need Drizzy back. That's what I need.
Man,
it'll be fun.
It would be cool to have a wide receiver that scores points. That sounds like a luxury at this point.
Yeah, it is. Rome's just been.
Rome's a traitor, man. He needs to be sent to prison. Like he's.
That's
done.
what you get though for trading your boy.
I guess so. Yeah. Is it the fantasy gods spiting me for trading a Raider?
You know I'm a big proponent of the fantasy gods, and they like to teach lessons.
Well, I'm certainly learning. Yeah, it was painful. I was at work on Black Friday and went on my lunch. I knew it was halftime in the game, and I looked at my phone, and I had Jalen, Devontae Smith, and Rome all going at the same time. And I think they were combining at the time for like 4 points. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? So,
but that's what's going on.
Yeah. I'll give some props to Jaden. He's always my mortal enemy in fantasies for some reason. I'm either like getting smoked by him or just barely beating him. So props to him.
Yeah, I disagree with what Queener said too. I understand like the humbling of you like losing a game or two or something like that before you go in the playoffs, but go on a losing streak into it is not how I want to go into it. I'm feeling humbled enough, but it seems like Queener likes that. He wants to just go on a shit streak. But yeah, so
I don't know if I finished Gobby Talks last week. I listened to some of it, but the theory was like it's good to go on a losing streak.
Well, it's kind of like I've talked about this with the Ducks before, and I know some people feel this way where it's almost better to like get your long winning streak out of the way before you go in. You get like humbled, you know. I don't know if it necessarily applies to fantasy football because these aren't like an actual team or whatever put together. But yeah, Queener said that he
momentum, bud.
I feel like after your team has a poor performance, like mine this last week, putting up 75, I feel like once you see that, you're expecting the rebound the following week, right? You're like, I can't do the same thing again. We're going to go back up. So, I mean, going on a losing streak like you're on right now could indicate that you're just going to get hot at the right time.
No, okay, this is okay. I'm gonna completely debunk your guys' theory right now, and this is and you guys are gonna hate this. It's baseball talk, but baseball playoffs, which are considered the best playoffs out of any sport, you can look it up. They all are about momentum. Like there have been so many teams in the MLB that will literally go into the playoffs with a lesser record, but they won more games in a row, and then guess what? They end up winning the World Series. So it's not all about it. So you want to ride the momentum.
What is baseball talk doing? Get the baseball out of here.
It's momentum.
Oh, no, we're shutting that down right now.
Okay, I'll take the baseball out of it. If your team is literally shitting the bed 3 weeks in a row, that means the teams that they are on are probably not doing so hot. So
yes,
you still need those teams to be good. So momentum is a big key when it comes to going into the playoffs. You do not want to come in here. This is not like getting it out of the way. This is when your team should be fine-tuned and ready to roll.
Well, I think it depends on your matchups too. Like, yeah, you could plan for it before, but like, okay, for instance, like Jonathan Taylor, it's kind of like I was going to draft him. It doesn't matter what his matchups were going to be. He's going to play the entire time. So I don't know. I'm not factoring that in. Now, there's other guys. Yeah, you could factor that in with the waivers as you get close to the playoffs and start figuring out your schedule in that zone. But all I'm saying is that there's been a mixed bag. Like Nut, I think, was breaking it down for my recent history of streaks going into playoffs, and it was kind of a mix. It wasn't like just a similar, like same thing. I think we think this way with our fantasy teams because we see that in sports, like actual sports. But like these guys aren't all playing for the same team. Their teams are all in different positions, So it's like it doesn't really technically apply. I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're not having a team meeting on Monday after the games.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have JT and fucking Ibuka.
You want a good example of this? Trike. Remember Trike? Freaking just hot as a freaking pistol last year, right? Coming out of the gate. And then guess what? His team it fell off a cliff going into the playoffs. And then guess what? He loses the first week to Cleaner in the playoffs, and he was the 1 seed. He had one of the better records that we've seen in the league starting out. And so that's an easy indicator right there. Like, your team can start out really good, and then you maybe go on a losing streak. But the problem is like a lot of times people don't get out of those losing streaks unless you have a new player coming back or you get a new acquisition. We're past that point.
No, and that's fair. I'll give you that because there is if your team's obviously, if you're on a losing streak, you're not, your team, like, your players aren't doing good. So it's like, obviously something's going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not saying that you can't. I'm just saying that, like, if I were to look at it, it would just be a little bit scary for me. I would be like, I don't like seeing, when those 2 weeks in a row where I wasn't being pretty subpar, I was like, okay, I don't want this to be a trend.
I never want to be on a losing streak, regardless. So it never feels good.
Well, I'll tell you what. Starting the season on a losing streak, I think it would feel worse to be right now where we are on a losing streak rather than at the beginning of the season. Like I was feeling like my season was cooked starting that way. But if I was on a losing streak like you were right now with my team, Dill, I'd feel very scared.
Yes. I don't feel great right now. Because there's definitely been times where I've gone into the playoffs and I'm on a winning streak and I'm like, yeah, but there ain't nothing stopping this trade.
But
honestly, the year that you won the championship, I think it was my first year in the league, you went into the playoffs with a fucking hot winning streak. I remember that. Like a steamroller. I'll give you some props on that.
And it was also to Christian's point earlier. It was like the only reason that happened is because I had J.K. Dobbins come off the IR and the dude just started putting up double digits in my flex and made a huge difference. So having that player to come back, obviously, if you don't have those players, then yeah, you're feeling real shitty. Like if there's no injuries to point to or something. But if you got them coming back, then yeah, and that's how I feel. I guess about I feel like there could be like a worse situation, or for like me, and I think Cleaner, it's more of like if you have that injury guy coming back, like Drake London or Amon Ra, you just hope they just need to be back by the time the playoffs start. You don't feel great until they get there, but if you can survive. So speaking of surviving, though, here's our current standings. It's pretty crazy. I think Cal pointed this out to me, and I didn't think about it till now, but like the top, pretty much the playoff seeding there is just about chalk with the points, like total points for. You know, some like a lot of years we have a team in there that's like making the playoffs with just a lucky record, not so much like their points, but because they got some like good breaks and everything through the season.
Dude, I think the season's been interesting. It's like one of those ones where it just everything kind of played exactly how it should, and
it's very balanced.
That's my thing. Loaded baked potatoes, loaded baked potato at the top all year long. I didn't think that it was going to change. I said this since week 6, week 7 when we were talking about this. I just thought it was going to be consistent, and then you looked at some of the other teams that were consistently just at the bottom of the barrel, and some of them tried to get their way out. But guess what? Dobbies of the world found their way right back down the sewer. Diz climbed his way back out. Now he's back down in it. Like obviously there's people that are trying to get themselves out of it. But I felt like the season was pretty easy to tell because, based off like what you're just saying, though, with these points, I just never really saw a fluctuation. Like, you have those one-off weeks where somebody scores 120 points when they're averaging like 85 or something. But then the next week they came right back down to earth. So I think the only anomaly right now is COD scoring like, triple digits like 3 weeks in a row when it's way too late. So hopefully that helps him out in the Sacco bracket because I want a new Sacco winner this year. I don't want COD again. But I think it's the only thing that's really been surprising to me as of the last few weeks.
Who would you guys like to see win the Sacco this year?
Nick, 100%.
The rookie, from one former rookie to another.
Yeah, exactly. Not to shit on him, but I disagreed with a lot of the trades that he made throughout the year. And, it's first year in the DVFFL, so you'll learn. But I just think it would be really funny for a rookie to hop in here and we're like, fuck you, you're done.
Yeah, especially because I feel like we've upped our game on the Sacco. So I don't even know what we're going to do to top from last year.
I mean, Nick, his first experience seeing Trone have to do the stand-up comedy, like, how terrifying can you get?
What about you, though, Red?
I'm going between two. I'm going between Gabi and Nick, and I know I want a new one, but Gabi's only won it once. So, but dude, like, okay, I give the beginning of the year with Gabi, I understand we all sometimes need a mental break and everything like that. But motherfucker, just to hop back in here like he's going on a black diamond on 2 fucking skis, dude, just with fucking stir the pot, like. Hell no, dude. I just want to stick my leg out and trip him a little bit like I did last week, like you're right back in the sewers. I don't know, dude. There's something about Gabi where, like, it's every year his team is dog shit, but he just sits there and he's like, I'm not that bad. Like, my team's not that bad, And then it just comes out to the end and you're like, dude, the team's that fucking bad, dude. Like, you can't, like, he needs to win the Sacco again to realize that, like, it's been a long time since you've had, a team that was good, or a consistent good couple seasons. So I need, if Gabi did it, that'd be funny because he just, hiatus, comes back, immediately Sacco winner. And then Nick, like a rookie. And Nick claps back a lot, which is fine. But man, he's been getting torched by this old nuttiest all year about these. But we've also been shitting on his trades a lot. And I like that he comes back to try to defend it. It's just, honestly, if there's anybody that put themselves in this position this year, it's probably Nick.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're still getting top.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Brett, it's so true about Gabi, man. I love how you said that because it's every single year, exactly how you said it. Like he's bad, and then he hops in the chat and he's like, "Wait, I'm not that bad." And then every couple weeks he'll be like, talking to a top team like he did with Calvin, and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you. I know I'm gonna do it," and then he gets blown out by 40 points. Then goes back in the sewer.
Well, and that's the thing. I remember I think I was talking about it last week or something like that. But just Bobby's whole mindset with that trade with the Jahmyr Gibbs thing was, well, if they come back, if all 5 of my players come back before, and I win the last 2 games of the year, I'll be in the playoffs and I'll have a good team. And then it was like, but they're not playing, and so it's like, well, but if I go to the Sacco bracket, at least I won't win a Sacco. I'm like, you realize what the more probable situation is there, right? They're not playing, so you're probably going to go to the Sacco bracket. Cool, you're going to keep yourself out of Sacco, but you still didn't make the playoffs. So the logic is there's a fallacy there. Like it does not make sense. You do not play to win. You play to just not lose.
I honestly feel like if Gabi gets a Sacco, there's a strong argument for him to be considered the worst ever. That's like our current members.
Even beating out COD with all the Sacco trophies?
You got to dig deep in the archives for it, but COD does technically have 1 championship.
That's fair. Okay. Can't take that away from him.
Just like Calvin said, now it's like when you have that 1 championship, you get in all these arguments, right? And at the end of the day, we'll all start arguing. B-Johns and COD and Gabi all be sitting there talking in the hot tub or something like that at the draft house, talking about how they're not the worst, right? And the only thing COD needs to say is, well, I got 1 ship. And then you think about it, you're like, even though it's diminished piece by piece every single time you get the Sacco, it's like there's still a piece of a championship there. Gabi and B-Johns, they just don't got it. So it's just, what do you got to say?
Well, it's COD, B-Johns, and then Gabi for our current members' all-time standings and win percentage. That's the bottom 3 there. And B-John's won it twice. COD's obviously won it 3 times. But if Gabi got it twice, I'm just saying, I mean, it's in there, dude. But that's another story for another time.
I kind of wish that Trone was going back to back. I wish he was on the cut of the playoff and like risking going back to the Sacco. I wish that was true.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, Trone's team, I just played him, but that Trevion trade, I think is going to be a big deal for him.
Fuck yeah.
I remember when we were talking about the, which was a bigger deal, was Trevion or Jahmyr, right? And obviously Jahmyr has been on a whole nother level besides last week, but, that Trevion, man, he looks good.
Patriots look good, but also it's just like Trump, filled his flex, which was a weak spot for him, with a guy that's actually doing things now. So, it really shores up your team. I would like to. I was going to say, I'd like to see Gabi win the Sacco. I 100% agree with everything you guys said.
All right. Save your piece, because I guys want to throw a little bit more Gabi.
No, I don't even need to. You guys said everything. We were talking about it the other day, and we were discussing Gabi possibly being the worst ever. And I'm like, you know what? Motherfucker has been running his mouth trying to stir his pot. I would like to see it.
Was this a conversation with everybody that's in the league, or just other people at your work too? You're just talking about shit about Gabi.
No rando shitting on Gabi.
Okay, so let's think about this. So Gabi right now has a lower win percentage than B-Johns. So he's like 0.429. B-Johns is 0.430. COD is 0.4. So he's just easily beating him out. But I don't know. I even look at this. Like Gabi's had 5 less seasons, but he's had 20 less 100-point games than B-Johns, and he's had 26 less 100-point games than COD. So that's quite a few 100-point games. That's at least 5 games of 100 points per year, and that doesn't happen a lot with a lot of teams unless you're averaging around 100 points per game.
Especially before we inflated the defensive stuff.
Right. Well, and you think about this, B-Johns, right? He's been in the league for 15 years. He's had 6 subpar 500 seasons. Gabi's been in the league for 10 years, and he already has 6. So like, there's a lot of argument points in there where you're just kind of like, sorry, Gabi,
Gobby?
you might know a lot about the injuries and things like that, how to talk
Gobby
shit.
don't know shit, dude. He was trying to say Rasheed Rice was going to be fucking bum squad this year. God. Freaking insect in your head. All right, let's break down these matchups because I want to get into
worms in brain.
Yeah, you got worms in your brain.
RFK Jr., baby.
Namaste. So this matchup, 3OD versus Trone.
Patriots on bye week, so he doesn't have any of his. All of his starters are sleeping.
I mean, COD is just playing for pride. I guess there is a way for him to creep up into the. At least I think there is.
Yeah, is he one of those teams like the Raiders thinking that they can make the playoffs right now? Like they got a 3% chance, and they're like, this team has to win, and that team has to win by this amount of points.
No, COD is definitely eliminated.
He's a dunner.
I was trying to remember if you could get into the bye, and I don't. Oh, there is a realm. Yeah, there is.
I don't really understand why COD didn't pick up like a second defense at some point or something.
Yeah, I was looking at that earlier when I was putting this together, and I'm like, why are you putting the Jags D against Indy?
Like it's Indy, they didn't have Jets, okay, so good, right? But then Denver and then Indy again. I'm like, that's your whole playoffs. It's not the best matchup, so interesting. But I don't know, dude. If that Omarion Hampton comes back this week and eats into that Vidal, that could be pretty tough.
I don't know if I believe that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Detroit lost Terrion Arnold, their number one cornerback now for the season. So, Pickens could easily go off with that Dak. I just think if I look at this though, I think Trone just has too many weapons. I think he just consistently scores more. I think COD has to come to earth at some point.
I feel like the Cowboys stack with Dak and Pickens will do him pretty well this week. But yeah, I agree. I feel like, Bo Nix played against the Raiders and then Achane against the Jets. Like it's going to be too good.
Yeah.
Olave's actually looked like a good wide receiver with Shaw or whatever.
I'm shocked by that. I gave Trump so much shit when he drafted him, and I was like, why the fuck are you doing that guy again? He just gets hurt, doesn't do anything, and now he's actually good.
Yeah, no, fuck Saints and fuck Olave, dude. It's literally their offense just doesn't make any sense, and Olave just busts open for like one play, and it's like, ooh, there we go, and then see ya. You're gone for the rest of the game.
Do you guys see the draft history on Olave? It's Trone for 30. Trone for 22, and then this year Trone for 5.
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah,
he's injured.
Honestly, though, Cranky's been surprising me. I think Trone without those Patriots loses a good amount of juice. I mean, he's got some guys that can still do it. It's just. We'll see. He's got a lot of good matchups too, I guess. I don't know. I'm going Cranky, dude. Cranky's been cranked out. That motherfucker's been just putting up points. And I think that Dak and Pickens game, that's going to be a shootout tomorrow night. Because I think, right, Terrion Arnold's out, and they're already banged up in the secondary as is. It's going to be
they got a lot of people out.
Yeah, it's going to be a pass fest. I'm picking Cranky, man.
It doesn't even matter for Trump this week. It doesn't matter. He's not. There's no flex seating. If he loses, he still wins because he got the points. So, Trone, whatever. If you lose this week, sorry, it hits your historical stats, but at least you got the playoffs locked in.
Yeah, Trone's pretty much going to be right where I think he's at now, number 5. And, dude, if I end up getting that 4. I did not want to play Trone in the first round.
I am also going to pick Trone to win.
Well, there you go, Trone.
Yeah.
Cranky, you finish on a freaking down note, bud. Good luck in the sewers again.
Sorry, Cranker.
Back where you belong.
All right, Red. Big showdown between two top dogs.
Yeah, classic
Yeah.
battle.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, Nut talked about it. Trying to get to that 16-6 against Steven. Get a nice, sweep of the year. But it's gonna be a tough. It's gonna be a tough one. And Cal and I are trying to come up with a side bet on this too. So it's probably not gonna be draft dollars. It's gonna be like what we did last year, where I had to wear a jersey because I lost to him. So we're trying to figure out another one this year.
I like those little side bets there. How do you feel with McCaffrey being out this week?
It's great. Yes.
So I think,
but yeah. So I feel just a-okay, except for I don't like. Sorry, I don't like the fact that I have to start Tony Pollard at all. I love that McCaffrey's out. Don't
I was
like
gonna
having
say, Red, your running back matchups, D Swift and Pollard, those are fucking tough.
Well, dude, and Saquon, man, like,
Well, not just because of the player, but the matchup. I mean, D Swift against the Pack and Pollard playing the Browns. I mean, they're just really good defenses as well.
yeah, I got some tough matchups this week, boys.
yeah, you do.
Also, Barkley's just non-existent in the Eagles' offense.
Yeah, I think this will be closer than we think. But I mean, dude, Rashid Rice going against Houston, that's going to be teachy.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know if
but
there's corners out there. That Houston's defense is fucking goody.
I know, dude. Like I was saying, I'm tired of playing against them. Literally
Yeah.
every time, like one of my fantasy players goes against them, they do nothing. Doesn't matter the position.
Shut down defense.
I'm gonna give it to you, Red. I lean your way. And because like I'm not looking at the Josh Allen since he was a red, like negative really. He's gonna do his thing. And I'm pretty sure Green Bay just got ran on a bit. The Bears are like the number one rushing team or some shit.
I think the Bears play the Pack this week because they played the Eagles last week. I had this matchup picked before I even looked at it. I'm picking Cal. And I unfortunately don't think it's going to be very close.
Well,
sorry, I just getting smoked.
I'm just thinking also Michael Carter against the Rams D. Fuck. Yeah, all right, so we're split on that one, Diz. Well,
yeah.
Red, I fucking picked you, so you better get it done.
I'm going to try. I want to get that number. Yeah, there's a lot of implications here. I want that 2 seed because I want my pick in a lot of.
Well, also think about this too, Red. If you lose and go the 3 seed, then that means Nut and Cal are going to be split on the playoff bracket. Won't have to face each other until the championship if they make it that far. Just a little thing to think about there. Here you boys go. Look at Cleaner's matchups. Isn't that nice?
That is amazing.
Good thing there's a lot of them that are dog doo-doo. I don't believe in Bailey. He could suck it.
I'm still annoyed. He picked up both the guys I wanted last night. I was like, I don't want to start fucking Pollard. So I was like, I want a Tesla or I want a Bailey. And he picked up both of them. I'm like, you fucking cocksucker. You didn't need both.
Dill, you know what your team hinges on for this like time of year going into the playoffs? It hinges on Baker and Igbuka figuring it out. Like they had it dialed in at the beginning of the year, and they have lost the sauce ever since then. So them playing the Saints together, I look at like in the first couple of weeks, it'd be like, holy shit, they're gonna torch them. But right now, I don't even know if that's a good matchup, just because of how they've been playing together.
Yeah, and I don't really know how it's going to pan out exactly. It's weird because when all the guys were playing at the beginning of the year, Egbuka was doing better than he is when he's the single, like the primary wide receiver.
Right.
So, yeah, Bucky coming back, though, really fucked with the Baker thing. I don't know. They're supposedly got a top 5 schedule in both positions going forward. We'll see what the hell happens because it's supposed to be already kind of kicked in, and I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
It's a tough one, man. And that Gadsden's look like dog shit, dude.
Now, I wonder if Herbert's playing this week.
Yeah, that could be tough. Yeah, you got some tough matchups this week, but I don't, man. Freaking, you got old Cleaner over here having to start both running backs.
He's pulling a Jaden on you.
Yeah, Seattle's been. I mean, Arizona's been able to put up some points recently. So who knows? Maybe it might be a little bit of a shootout more than a bunch of rushing touchdowns.
Yes.
But dude, I don't know. There's a couple people right here. Like Corum could have a fucking dog shit game. Vele could be a dud. Downs could be a dud. So you're looking like there's 3 people right there that could easily be duds.
Yeah.
Don't forget about Mark Andrews.
I was going to say Mark Andrews, too.
I might just start that likely, too. For Gadsden.
That'd be kind of funny.
For kicks and giggles, may just do it.
Yeah, because the Ravens' passing offense is elite.
Yeah.
You start that
I'm picking you, Dill.
Flowers?
Fuck Zay Flowers. You
Well,
kidding me?
hey, dude, we're talking about tight ends right now for the Ravens.
For the Ravens? Yeah, no. Nothing about the Ravens is inspiring right now. Like, everything about them is wrong.
Even their damn kicker.
Yeah, fucking kicker. Nobody can catch the ball. Lamar is ass again.
Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shoot. I'm gonna take Dylan. I'm gonna take you this week, but only because Cleaner's got some boys out.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
I'm picking you too, Dill.
Yes, sir, Cleaner. Goose, dude. All right.
Swine.
Yeah, premium swine down here.
I smell him.
A little stinky. We got Gobby B. Johns. I mean, dude, just like you were talking about with the Ravens, Lamar looks broken. Like, I don't know what's happening outside of all I can think of is an injury. So that's a huge thing for B. Johns. I mean, that's supposed to be like his saving grace there is Lamar.
Straight up. And on the flip side, now that Gobby has Bucky Irving back, I mean, that's pretty clutch for him right now.
Bucky looked good, too.
Yeah.
It's gonna come down to that BTJ, bro.
For real.
And Woody Marks isn't gonna do anything, so.
Well, you don't know that. He's a pass catching back. Maybe he can.
The number one receiver on the Jags is Brenton Strange. You know that. Come on.
Yeah, he actually looked good coming back.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he
Strange
does.
guy.
Strange guy for strange times.
He's got Terry in there too. Man, I gotta look at this on my phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna take.
I'm conflicted with this one.
I know. Both are such a do. See.
I can't believe it, but I think I'm gonna pick the sewer swine. Or the swine sewer.
I'm gonna do the same. I just need to see I need to see Lamar do it. I think that's like the biggest thing here.
Yeah, I'm taking Seward play.
Yeah, looking at this and I'm thinking Lamar could dud again. Warren could be
Mm-hmm.
bad. McConkey playing the Eagles could be bad. 'Cause, I mean, Lamar could dud again. Warren could be bad. McConkey playing the Eagles could be bad. 'Cause, I mean, Lamar could dud again. Warren could be bad. McConkey playing the Eagles could be bad. It's just like, I don't know. There's not a whole lot of confidence in this team right now.
Yeah. And also, like, Christian Watson has been doing things. And Trey McBride, BT Jews, nah. But Bucky Irving, and like I said earlier, I think it's going to be like a pass-happy game there in Dallas or Detroit. So I think Goff's going to teach.
Goff's going to get lucky with another Terry touchdown, too.
Yeah, I mean, that you want to see that. So, yeah, I'm going Gobby. Well, clean sweep there. B. Johns keeps falling. But he's too short to do that. Yeah.
Good.
All right. Another swine boy down there, old Nick versus Jesse. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly like all the possible outcomes, and I know Nut like touched on it, but I feel like I don't know if there's like, is there a way Jesse could fall out of it completely?
So he would go 6 and 8. His points are at it's 1,204 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he lost and put up one of those 50-point dud games, I mean, technically there's a world.
Let's look at this again real quick. Where's Jesse at? Number 7 for points 4. I mean, I guess it would have to be you, Diz.
Yeah, so if he had a bad game.
And you put up at least like 30 something.
Right.
More.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, that's the tough thing right now, because even if I win, I still got to score points to get in.
Yeah, but it is interesting. I mean, because Jesse has been putting up like 50-something point games.
Yeah.
In recent history.
We were going into last week saying, like, you know, even if I lose to Jaden, you know, I still had a good point, like, differential from him. But, I mean, he put up 50 more points than me and closed it. So now I only have him by 11.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, not good.
I don't trust Nick at all. At all. Yeah.
I know. I'm looking at the squad right now.
Dude.
What's the verdict on Aaron Jones? Is he going to play?
Dude, Trey Benson? That motherfucker still hasn't been cleared to play. I'm like, dude, his 21-day window is about to close too.
So Aaron Jones is limited at practice.
Yeah.
Regardless, that offense looks like a pile of crap. So
it's frightening.
Just
move the ball.
I mean, I just don't see Nick pulling it off. Unless he had some monster games out of a couple guys.
Or that's a possibility, you know, like James Cook, Brock Bowers, nobody else, but like
I don't even trust the Brock Bowers one because I'm like, yeah, they're not that great against the tight end position, but the rest of the
I don't trust dude. Brock Bowers is just fucking possessed, man.
He's a fucking Raider, dude. He's a winner.
Almost as good as Trey McBride, the Dark Lord.
Well, I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying the offense they play.
I hate Kyle Monangai. Those fucking cross-eyed freaking idiot, dude. I can't stand that little weasel.
Well, regardless, man's been putting up like 100-yard games.
Well, yeah, he's better than Keenan Allen, but and Shaheed and Shakir and Jones.
Something to consider in this matchup too that's bigger than it might seem. The Browns defense playing Tennessee. Sheesh. That could be like a 2-touchdown game.
I thought when you were talking about something bigger than it actually seems is that T and the E in Prater.
But I missed that one, dude. I was doing some stuff on Excel earlier, and it like did that to a bunch of different ones. It was like
Pray tight ender. It's like a tight ender. Pray tight ender.
Yeah, I'm going
Jesse.
Jesse. Yeah, Nick
can put up 90 or he can put up 40. It's insane.
He's last in the league for points for. So,
and he started out the season with 3 straight 100-yard games, 100-point games.
Crazy.
Just think about that.
Change. All right, we got this one. Nutty is Jaden. I mean, I'll just say it like I don't see Jaden.
Jaden to win.
I want him to win.
No, you don't.
Well, not you. Not for your sake.
No, you want him to lose, and you want him to score like 40 points.
Well, actually,
he's going to lose, but I would like to see him beat Nut. But
I mean, it wouldn't even matter because Nut's just going to stay up there and his high horse. But I mean, for Jaden, we flip it over there. I mean, yeah, this is a huge game for him.
Yeah, he needs to score points for sure.
Got to score points. Got to win. I mean, dude, Bijan just has to come out and like teach, because there was a couple of weeks where he wasn't. It was just kind of like mediocre, and that absolutely sinks Jaden's squad to like that 40-point zone.
But don't worry, when he played me, he fucking taught me a lesson, as always.
But I mean, just also looking at the matchups, it's not the ideal matchup for Bijan to go be teaching in. It's like the number one rush defense there.
Straight up. I'm picking Nut.
Dylan, do you regret dropping Jacoby Brissett?
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
I do regret not getting Joe Burrow.
I don't know, man. Jacoby Brissett over his last 6 games is averaging 21 points a game.
No, I get that, but also like he's starting to enter his shitty stretch. He gets some good defenses. But he's also airing out. Oh, I know. He's been throwing the ball like 49 times a game. It's ridiculous.
Cool.
I like it.
I should have traded for Trey McBride. Don't tell Gabi.
Our final matchup, a big one. That's number 1 rated matchup on the Podly.
I am afraid of nothing.
Trike versus.
I was like, what are you doing?
Dirty Diz.
I'm locking in, dude.
It's like that movie Smile.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, the good thing is though is that you're going against the pile of trash. So.
Man, yeah, those Chiefs against that Houston D.
Ryan, Worthy, Tootin.
Tommy Tootin.
Oh God.
Is Howard Bass clear to play yet?
Dude, this is not a team that I thought I would see in 2025. Herbert, Hall, Tootin, Higgins, Worthy, Kelsey, P. Ryan, Folk, and the Jets D. It's not good.
Quite a hodgepodge.
Playing Worthy and Travis Kelsey against the Texans defense is wild. He can keep it like that though. It's a good pick.
Keep doing what you do.
So I think it's definitely going to come down for Trike. He needs Herbert, which is going to be tough. Because is he playing? I don't know. Yeah. But
who would that Trike season would rely upon Devin Singletary?
That's crazy.
And he's on bye this week, so unfortunately, Trike's team. This is one of the. I was looking at this the other day because I like to go through everybody's teams to see why they suck, and and I was just going through it, and I was looking at these players like Malik Washington, Io Manor, Tyler Lockett, Kirk, Calvin Austin. These guys have had horrible stretches of football, and he's just rolled with the punches. Like didn't even want to put out a flyer on anybody else throughout the waiver wire. Like, nope, just gonna keep rolling with these guys. I've been having them on my team for 7 weeks, and guess what? They put up no points. Just keep on keeping on.
Well, and I wonder if that mindset for Trike will switch over once the Sacco shit starts.
To when it gets real.
Yeah, it's like, okay, now we're in it. I don't know. I feel like there's a world where Trike can pull this off. If I'm playing devil's advocate, is
No, I get it. Yeah, there's a world he beats me.
Yeah, I mean, if pretty much like Breece Hall against Miami's defense, that's a good matchup. T. Higgins against Buffalo, I think that's better than what we're thinking.
Has he been cleared from the concussion protocol though?
I think so.
I think he's been practicing, but I don't think he's been cleared.
I don't think you can practice if you're not cleared.
No, it says Higgins is making his way through concussion protocol. So he still hasn't passed it yet.
Well, whatever. It says he appears to be trending towards it. So, but yeah, it's just tough, man. Looking at I just can't get over the Houston thing. Keep pounding the door on that.
Yeah, and I just think like Herbert coming in with that, having that surgery, he's got no offensive line still, and you're going against the Eagles defense that
pissed off.
They're not good against the run, but they definitely have really good cornerbacks, and they can at least rush the passer a decent amount. So, like, I just don't see where Trike is going to get his points in this because the only people I would have thought of would be like, oh, if it's not going to be Herbert or Hall, it has to be like, Higgins or Kelsey. Well, Kelsey's going against Houston, and Higgins still isn't even fully practicing yet. And Buffalo, they just got Darius Slay today too, so maybe that helps out with their secondary.
Yeah, I'm picking you, Diz.
Yeah,
you get the dub.
We're sucking jugs.
Yeah, old jug suckers.
I love sucking on jugs.
Bill, can I go fly Eagles fly?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Now it's just gonna be a matter of can you put up enough points there, Diz? Fend them all off.
Straight up, I either have to score the same as Jaden or be less than 10 points behind him. So
you got that Jordan Mason rolling this week.
It's gonna be that close, people. That close.
You need to score 100 points, Diz. This is the week you got to do it.
Down to the nitty gritty.
Do I play Roma Dunze against Green Bay? I don't know.
Start your studs.
That's what they say.
I've done that every week.
Honestly, I'm this close from starting to Adonai Mitchell over Ibuka.
I was starting. Remember last year, I was starting Slim Reaper every single week, and then we get to the championship, and I'm like, get a little fancy, because you're like, oh, I already had to make 5 different changes. Why not just change one more? And then guess what happened? Fucks you over.
Little tweak.
Yeah, little Sunday morning, wake up. Hey, what should I do?
God, dude, I still have to remind myself not.
I haven't done it this year.
I haven't either.
I have not done it once this year. That is literally like black magic. I will not fuck with it.
I did it once, and it put me in the position I'm in right now.
What week was it?
Against Nut.
Yeah.
I left Chase Brown on my bench and Booty, and I was being smart playing Stay Flowers.
Red, let me ask you this. Have you woken up on a Sunday morning and had to tell yourself, no, don't do it, dude?
So my morning start out, I set an alarm at 9:30, and I'm like, okay, 9:30 gives me enough time to wake up and check a couple different articles, do a couple different analysis, and then then I don't make any changes, but then I put one more alarm 5 minutes before 10, so at 9:55, right? And that's my last chance to do anything. And I always will do it, and I'll be like, it reminds me every time. I'm like, nah, if I'm waiting 5 minutes before, I'm not gonna do it. So it's like I know I still don't trust myself enough, but I'm like, I gotta implement it where that 5 minute mark, I'm like, nah, that's when I know it wasn't right.
That's great. I definitely had to this year. There was a couple of times, and I actually had put him in there, and I was like, no, can't, and pulled it back.
Well, dude, and fantasy. There's a lot of intuition. There's a lot of luck. There's also I think there's definitely some fucking some magic in it. Like I'm
Yes,
superstitious, and to be honest, dude, I told you last week. Remember what I told you? I named all my players nicknames, and as soon as I did that, they shit the bed. And I told you, I said the week before. Remember, I said I gave them no nicknames because they hadn't earned it the week before. So I was like, they need to earn their nicknames back. So guess what? I canceled all their nicknames last week. Yes, I put up over 100 points. So I'm like, but they still haven't earned a nickname. So until we win the ship, nobody gets a nickname on my team.
Y'all have no names. Strip their names away.
That's my superstition for this year.
It's like they're in prison.
That's why people just keep thinking I'm having these strokes. It's like, no, in my mind, I'm like, I honestly think that if I nickname my players, they play like shit. So.
Oh, that's good. That's great. Well, boys, all I gotta say though is, yeah, we'll see how this week shakes out. My predictions I did before with all the calculations, well, I pretty much busted on that pretty good. So who the hell knows exactly what's gonna happen? But we're down in the nitty gritty.
I just want to do one more. Let me shout out somebody. Just tell them that they're fucking get their head in the game. B. Johns, you're the only person that has not voted on what day we should do, what time we should do flex seating on Tuesday. So I know you're in the sewers, but climb on out for just a second. We could talk about Spotify all day, but we can't vote on our fantasy football league. Flex seating time. Come on, bud.
Yeah, come on, bud. Also, shout out B. Johns for that Trippy Red song. That was a good song. TG.
Yeah,
all right,
nice.
boys. Well, shout out Podley, Nut, always putting that shit together. Thank you.
Fuck event this week going down. Sweet baby J.
Me and Mike are having the last dance. We're putting on a show for the whole league this week.
They're showing whole. They're showing all their whole.
Get them drawers
right on stage. You shooting in or you shooting out?
Cleaner, I'm gonna mop you up. You're done. You're out of here.